Hi, this is Ali McIntosh, the servant leader of the Bahamas Constitution Party. Today is August the 7th, and this is the end of a beautiful Saturday, and we are going to talk to you about the health of a nation is the wealth of a nation. Now, since our video last week, it has gone to all parts of the country as we talked about the statement from the Prime Minister urging people not to trust bush medicine, not to concern themselves about that. But I'm in my yard again, and of course, I'm standing in the back of my famous joy tree, that berry tree. And it's apparent that a lot of people now have that in their yard. It is very easy to grow for those of you who don't have it in your yard. If you find a tree and you can borrow a piece of limb, it is that easy to grow. So I'm going to invite you, if you find someone with a tree like that, ask them if they can give you just a small little piece. So you can break a piece of it, wrap it, the end, in a piece of tissue, toilet paper, and keep it wet and moist, put it in water. It will grow roots. And when it does, you can plant your tree, and you can have a mulberry tree, and it can become your joy tree. The reason I call it my joy tree is because when it is growing, I go out every single morning, get a handful of it, and I eat. I can actually feel the joy going through my body of antioxidants. It is good for you. Of course, in the back of me also, I have a noni tree, I have coconut tree, I have fever grass tree. There it is in the back. In the back, I have mint tea. I have a spice tree. I have pears trees. I have mango trees. And what I want to tell you about bush medicine and about bush tea, I am more an expert of bush tea than bush medicine, is that anything that's a fruit, you can boil the leaves and drink it for tea. And you don't have to boil it so steep, but if you boil it just about, bring it to a boil and go for another 10 minutes, and you have bush tea. So people have been calling me, asking me for bush tea, but I am not an expert on bush tea. I have just learned to drink it. I've grown up on sour leaf tea and pear leaf tea, and many of us have, and it is a joy to be able to have a little lemon with it or a little milk cream to drink that tea. But I want to say, because when we had such a discussion last week in regards to the bush tea and the bush medicine, because people have been calling me, I've been able to garner a number for you where you can actually call a very credible young woman, very upstanding in the nation, who can help you. Now, when you call the number, she may be able to assist you with bush medicine, with bush teas. She can give you instructions. And if that's not enough, she is going to refer you to some of her friends who also do the same thing. And I'm saying this because we decided, we agreed, we are going to start and finish a national discussion on the matter of bush medicine and bush tea. So you can become familiar if you've never drank it before. And I doubt there is anybody who have not drank bush tea before. But just in case you've never drank it before, I am introducing you to bush tea for a reason. The bush tea and the bush medicines help to build your immune system. Now, in this whole atmosphere of COVID-19, what are we talking about? We're talking about vaccinations. We're talking about being sick. People in the ICU, some have died, and we do send our condolences for those persons who have died. But we want this national conversation to be about the health of a nation is the wealth of a nation. And this health of a nation is how do you build your immune system to make certain that you can survive COVID-19. Now, as the Constitution Party and as the leader, I'm talking about something I know, something I've lived. I am not saying to you that you should just stop taking your actual traditional medicine. I've been at the hospital at least twice or three times in very deep distress, and it took a junior doctor or a doctor to help stabilize me. I usually say they helped, God saved my life, but I've never had a surgery. I did not have a surgery. The only thing they did was made sure I was comfortable and made sure I was adjusted and made sure I was all right. But I am telling you, when you want to have wellness in your body, you must use the leaves of the tree for the healing of the nation. Now, we started this video with me introducing you to all the teas and all of the leaves and all of the trees I have in my yard. There is a purpose to that. If you have them in your yard, if it's a fruit tree, you can drink it for tea. So let's go back to the point of how do we build our immune system. The point of building our immune system is making food your medicine and medicine your food. It means everything you put in your mouth is about keeping you well. So whatever you eat when you wake in the morning, before you go to bed at night, what you eat for lunch, make it about your medicine. And it doesn't mean that it has to be bad because it's medicine, but you ought to eat more fruits, more vegetables. You ought to include teas in your diet. This is my tea I introduced to you last week. Oh, it's all gone, so I'm gonna have to boil some more just to go on for the next week. But make tea a great part of your body. If you are sick, I'm not asking you to not go to the doctor. I want you to go to the doctor, find out what is your comorbidity is, find out what's wrong with you. When you do, then you find somebody who may be able to assist you. So while you're taking the doctor medicine, you can also be drinking your tea, drinking your bush medicine. I know doctors don't like us to say that, but these are some of the ways, the alternative ways that helps you. And someone said something to me yesterday. They said, bush medicine doesn't treat illness; it heals it. So you wouldn't be taking bush medicine forever. Now you can drink teas for a long extended time, and when you're drinking that, you're just making that a part of your life. I drink coffee in the morning and I drink tea at night every day. Coffee in the morning, tea at night, and all of those things help to keep me well. So bush medicine doesn't just treat an illness; it heals it. The leaves of the tree helps your body to respond like how it's supposed to be. An illness in your body will be regulated while you are using the teas. Besides, pharmaceutical comes from actually bush, some kind of root, something. And so we want you to just consider everything that you put in your body. It's all about strengthening your immune system. Now let's talk about the vaccine. The Prime Minister says vaccine or nothing. But let me tell you something. We know that the government of the Bahamas has fallen down on the education to the Bahamian people. And you know what that education is? If you're going to have a mass vaccination program, you should at least educate the public on what they should be doing. And you know what that education is? You ought to get yourself in order to take a vaccine, strengthen your immune system. So people are telling me, and I spoke with a nurse this morning, people are saying, don't tell people to wait, just tell them to come, but they have to do what they have to do. I'm outside so you can hear all the traffic. You could tell people, I'm told by that nurse that there is an instruction that they give to people when they take the vaccination, what to do afterwards. But of course, the government is not telling people. They wait till you come to Lawyer Hall, the hall on Gladstone Road, and then they give you a piece of paper. Think about it. Some people cannot read. Some people do not know exactly what that paper say. So it is that the government must have a mass education program to say to the people of the Bahamas, if you're going to take a vaccine, this is what you need to do. When you've taken the vaccine, this is what you need to do. I'm not going to do their job for them. I'm simply telling you what I think you should do is you must build your immune system even before you take a vaccine. And after you take a vaccine, you must build your immune system. Bush tea, the bush medicine, fruits, vegetables, high amounts of multivitamins and especially vitamin D and zinc is all to help you build your immune system so that you would survive COVID. We want people to begin to consider growing in their yard as much as they can. Because if you don't grow your food, you will soon starve to death. That is one thing some farmer said before. Some of you have heard of him, Prince Strawn, Pick and Pay. He did this long time ago. Arrington Watkins, he was also a person who introduced neem and moringa in the country. These are people who have done things to help us go closer to bush medicine. So I am just encouraging you that if we are going to insist on people taking vaccine, that is this government of the country, if you're going to insist, then you must educate people what to do to continue to build yourself up. A vaccine is the introduction of a virus into your body in order for you to fight. But if your body is weak, if your immune system is weak, you're not going to survive it. What the nurse said today, you have to drink a lot of water, you have to take pills, you have to eat real food to survive just the beginning or the initial introduction of that vaccine into your body. And I don't stand for vaccine, but I do believe that if we're going to survive whatever it is the government is insisting that we do, we have to be able to come through it. So again, the national conversation that we want to introduce is not only the health of a nation, it's the wealth of the nation, but to make medicine your food and food your medicine. Lots of fruits, lots of vegetables, a lot of leafy and green food, having always a cup of tea from time to time, having your cerasee, eating aloe from time to time. All of this is part of my regimen of living, and it has kept me well. So I want to tell you, as we go forward into this whole idea of living with COVID-19, do what is necessary to keep your immune system high, that whenever you encounter anyone with the disease, you will be able to fight it. That's my determination, and I want it to be yours. Fight with the leaves of the tree. It's for the healing of the nation. I believe it. I know some of you do too. So let's let people know this is how we're going to survive COVID. In addition to what the doctors are doing and helping to do, there are some of you who do not wish to take the vaccine. I stand with you, but there are some of you who will take it. And if you are going to take it, then you have to build your immune system. You have to make sure you are strong. You have to stop eating junk food. You have to stop eating a lot of fried food and fried chicken and French fries and giving your children all of this junk food. Don't do it. Feed them good food. Give them lots of fruits, vegetables, multivitamins to make sure that they have something in their body to build them. Now, let me give you the number in order for you to call to get your bush medicine or your bush tea. The number is 815-117-1. 815-1171. When you call that number, someone will answer you who is going to help you find all of the bush medicine and the bush tea that you need. So thank you so much for your time on this Saturday evening. I want you to have a wonderful weekend. And again, Ali McIntosh, I'm out. Until next time. Blessings on you.